Good afternoon. I'm Tresa Zumstreq, and I am the board chair for the Children's Guardian Fund. And I'm here today representing our board of directors. I want to thank all of you for being here this afternoon. I know that there are many wonderful, wonderful community charities for children in this area, and we certainly appreciate you taking time out to hear about the Children's Guardian Fund. So first, I just want to take a little time to recognize and thank some folks. Well, you gotta wait till I say them. Okay. First, I want to start by thanking our two young adults who will be sharing their stories with you today. Isaac and Rishikar will share their very personal stories of how your support to the Children's Guardian Fund has made a difference in their lives. As you listen to their stories, please remember there are more than 1,500 children in this community who have very unique but similar stories. As you listen to Rishikar and hear Isaac's stories, I hope you feel the gift of inspiration that we feel each day. These two young people, as well as the other 1,500 children we support, they're courageous, they're persistent, and they're resilient. While we are very supportive to them with our donations, they are very supportive to us with their inspiration and looking at how they've overcome so many odds. So please join me in thanking Rishikar and Isaac. Please stand. Next, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the honorary host. Look at the back of your program, and you will see the names. Will our honorary host please stand up? Don't be shy. Look at our honorary host. Thank you so much for making the Children's Guardian Fund event a success. Also on the program, and this is inside, you will see people who are under the platinum, the gold, the silver, and bronze sponsorship. If your name is listed in the program as one of the platinum, gold, or silver, and bronze sponsors, will you please stand? Please stand up. So later on in this program, you're going to hear from Isaac and Rishikar of how your sponsorship and your contributions have really made a difference in their lives. Also, I want to recognize our board of directors and our advisory board members. We really, truly have a very talented, gifted, and hardworking group of people. This is not a board where you can just sit back and come to a meeting once a month. You really have to work, and you do a lot of things outside the board meetings. So I would really appreciate if our board and our advisory board would please stand, and please give them a round of applause. Thank you for your service to CGF. I also know we have some judges. I think we have 4 judges with us in the room. So I would like the judges to stand. All right. I want you to know that our judges spend hours listening and hearing about very difficult situations with children in the foster care system. Every day they have to make difficult decisions and make them in the best interest of children. And they are great advocates for our children. So even though they did sit down, let's thank them again. It's the Honorable Duran Adams, the Honorable Teresa Dees, the Honorable Donna Berlin, and the Honorable Charles Williams. Please stand one more time, judges. Every year it's a challenge to plan this luncheon and to make it fresh and interesting for the people who attend. So this year I approached Kim McCauley to ask her if she would be our luncheon chairperson. And being that I was just a little bit desperate, I assured her it would not be a huge commitment. And Kim did agree to be the chairperson, and of course, it was a huge commitment. Well, the good news is Kim is still talking to me, and she was the best leader for this luncheon committee planning committee, and I would like all of the luncheon planning committee to stand up. And let's thank not only Kim McCauley, our luncheon chairperson, Wendy Cox, Barry Wells, and of course our dynamic duo, Kristen Poolman and Svetlana Kaminsky, our employees. Give them a round of applause. All right, finally, I want to remind you that if you have not purchased a raffle ticket, you really need to. This year's theme is, do you feel lucky? And this year, we have 3 baskets that are chock full of wonderful items. The first basket is the intellectual drinkers basket, and it has books and wine, and you can just have a good time with that. The second basket is hair is a fad, chocolate is forever. You'll have to figure out what's in that one. The third basket is a night on the town, and I'm telling you, there are some wonderful tickets to all the wonderful venues we have with musicals and plays in the Sarasota area. And also for the first time, we have beautiful jewelry out there. If you have not seen it, it's valued at $899, and it is from the Fire CZ company, and we really appreciate that. And not only is each basket worth more than $500, there's also a chance that you could win $2 million. Now here's how. In each basket, there are 4 $10 lottery tickets. Big prize, if you were to win the jackpot, is $2 million. So I ask you, do you feel lucky? And of course, if you win the $2 million, you might just want to share a little bit back with the Children's Guardian Fund. But Wendy Cox, when she gets up here, not only if you win the $2 million will she be happy, but she will make sure you don't walk out the door with any of it. So just expect that. And finally, thank you to everyone who's here, everyone who helped out with raffles, making baskets, doing calligraphy. You know who you are. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And go ahead, let's eat lunch and buy those raffle tickets.
Good afternoon. Thank you. And once again, thanks very much for joining us at the Children's Guardian Fund annual lunch. Please carry on eating while I'm talking, okay? I don't expect your undivided attention. Well, a little bit of it, but not. The Children's Guardian Fund was founded in November 1995, and for the past 24 years, we've provided funding to meet the emergency needs and to enable normalcy and enrichment in the lives of children in foster and state care in Florida's 12th Judicial Circuit. The 12th Circuit includes the counties of Sarasota, Manatee, and DeSoto. We also promote public awareness and community support for the children's needs. And finally, believing that every child removed from their home needs a voice, we provide limited funding to support the recruitment, training, and retention of the Guardian Ad Litem program volunteers. Many of you here today, but probably not all, will be familiar with the Guardian Ad Litem program. The Guardian Ad Litem program is a state-run program with professional staff that relies on trained volunteers to advocate for the needs of children in care. Many of us in this room today are volunteer guardians ad litem, and I recognize quite a few of the hard-working professional guardian staff here today. Thank you for coming. So where does the fund fit in, the Children's Guardian Fund? In brief, while the state provides for the basic needs of children in care, the fund provides those things that we would expect children in traditional, stable families to have, but that children in care do not have. I became a guardian ad litem in 2007. After retiring from a 35-year career as a teacher and high school principal in the UK first of all, and then in international schools in Asia, the Middle East, and Africa, I wanted to continue to support children. I was willing to work with teenagers, so most of my cases entailed advocating for older children. As their guardian, I had access to the fund, and therefore I was able to provide them with bicycles, together with a helmet and a bike cloth. A lot of older teens like to have a part-time job. They need transport to be able to get to it. I was able to give them laptop computers. We have a refurbished project. The fund supported their participation in after-school programs, such as computer programming and robotics. We were able to provide running shoes, football cleats, and clothing so that these kids could participate in their school sports teams. We helped out with graduation costs and clothes for them to be able to attend the school prom. And for those older teens who were moving into their own apartments as part of the independent living program, we were able to provide household effects, pots and pans, brushes, this sort of thing, so that they can be able to set up their own home. In these and in many other ways, access to the fund meant that they could enjoy and make the most of their teenage years. As of the end of October, there were 1,547 children in care in the 12th Circuit District. 1,547. Now, we serve children of all ages, from newborn to age 18 and on into young adulthood. And while my experience as a guardian ad litem has largely involved working with teenagers, most of the children we serve are age 12 and under. These are the children the fund provides for. The Children's Guardian Fund is managed by an all-volunteer board with just 2 employees who are dedicated to our mission. Thus, our administrative costs are kept low. We rely on local foundation grants and donations from organizations and individuals to operate our programs. Now we're going to see a short video of how one teen has been supported by his guardian ad litem and by the Children's Guardian Fund.
A couple months after my 15th birthday, I found a picture that my mom had cancer, and I didn't know that she had cancer, so she didn't tell me. She was scared to tell me. And then that's when I kind of lost it a little bit. And then she died of cancer. I stayed at the house that she was living in for 3 months by myself with no light or anything, so it was kind of hard. I was bouncing around a little bit. Ever since then, I've just been doing stuff by myself for me, you know, for her, because I know she would be happy with what I'm doing right now.
You can make a left-hand turn up at the corner here. Yeah.
He started out very insecure, very new to the situation. He was in a very, very good group home until he turned 18. After he turned 18, he came out and was looking for his own apartment.
So I had to get a guardian ad litem, and then that was pretty cool, because that's somebody I can look up to. He's a really nice person.
Isaac and I have been together for about 2.5 years, and I've watched him grow tremendously over that period of time. With Isaac, getting his license was very, very important. I guess we have to say he didn't pass his learner's permit test the first time he took it, but it took a couple of times. We did pass it, and now in terms of the driving test, he will pass the driving test. All of those costs, the learner's permit at $15 or $20 each, the driving test, all those things were paid for by the Children's Guardian Fund. Those expenses that they've helped take care of have been very important in his life.
They're trying to help you become a productive member of society. They're trying to get you ready for what's really out there. They're not gonna not want to prepare you for life if you're gonna go into the system, because at one point you're gonna have to age out and it's gonna be hard. So they try to help you with what they can and make sure that you're set for life instead of being set for a couple months.
And I can't tell you how much that support has helped those kids over the years. It's made every difference in their lives. It's made them bigger, better people because of the services that they get through the Children's Guardian Fund.
I like where I'm at right now, so it's amazing. I like it. My plans are to go back into college and finish my education on what I want to do. If my mom would have been cured earlier, then that wouldn't have happened. So if I could help other people connect with their families better, it would be a delight to me, because who wouldn't want another day with their parent or their loved one? A little bumpy road, but ended up smoothing out at the end because she went to someplace better and I'm getting to someplace better, so.
On behalf of the fund, I'd like to thank Isaac for sharing his story with us today, and we have a small token of our appreciation. If you could come up and receive it, please, Isaac. Is he here?
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Hold it. Thank you.
As I mentioned earlier, in my 12 years of service as a guardian ad litem, most of my cases have involved working with teenagers. And as you might imagine, being a guardian ad litem for teenagers can be very rewarding. And occasionally somewhat frustrating. Some young adults who have experienced neglect, abandonment, or worse, through no fault of their own, and do not have a positive adult role model in their lives, can develop feelings of resentment and may be tempted to make poor social decisions. On the other hand, there are those who stay positive in the face of all manner of adversity. Our speaker today came into the Guardian Ad Litem program after, I think she was 14 or 15 years old. She wrote a very eloquent letter to the family court judge, making it clear that she was not receiving appropriate care in the placement the judge had assigned her. As a result of that, the judge assigned her a different placement, and I was asked to be her guardian ad litem. Therefore, today I have the pleasure of introducing to you a young woman who has shown great determination. She's always remained positive and has always looked to make the best of her situation. She has made smart decisions, set herself ambitious goals, and has worked hard to achieve them. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Rishikar Polanis.
Good afternoon. The Children's Guardian Fund, as well as Guardian Ad Litem program, has not only blessed me with the financial ability to pursue my dreams, but also with a wonderful guardian and mentor. I was far from a perfect child. I was a young Haitian American woman spiraling downward. If I had continued the path I was on, I would have most assuredly become just one more negative statistic, which has become all too common in my community. Both my parents are from Haiti. My mother was killed in a car accident when I was 9. My father was nowhere to be found. I was moving from home to home before and within the foster care system. My at-home situation was far too common as to what goes on to a child who has lost her mother and has an absent father. I suffered physical, verbal, and mental abuse by the people I trusted the most, my family. I recall being pulled from the school system by family members afraid of the consequences of their actions. I eventually grew old and tired of the abuse, and I understood it wasn't right. I remember like it was yesterday when I was first apprehended as a minor for finally defending myself from the physical abuse. But guess what? I never gave up. I believed and kept hope. I can honestly attest to the Guardian Ad Litem's efforts. They have trained their volunteers to be culturally literate, advocates, leaders, and most importantly, a good friend. At heart, I strongly believe the volunteers of Guardian Ad Litem are naturally gifted. Every child needs an individual who listens, understands, advocates, and aids them into the right path. If not surrounded by people that can guide young people like myself, many dreams fade and eventually disappear. My guardian, Jeremy Carter, has exceeded my expectations entering the program. Being placed in a program such as this does not mean a child is any less than any other child. The Children's Guardian Fund and my Guardian Ad Litem have done an incredible job in making me feel like I can participate and feel as involved just as much as another child who may be in a typical or ideal home. Specifically, the fund enabled me to participate in high school sport activities such as track and field, and to attend my high school prom, appropriately dressed. Let me give you a glimpse of just how special and incredible my guardian and I's relationship is. I called Jeremy one afternoon. He was on the golf course when I was in need of a hair store run. I know many understand the art and the time that goes into an African American woman's hair, but may not understand the significance of it. I didn't expect Jeremy to understand. I'm sure it threw him for a loop, the hair store out of all places. Instead of being completely unknowledgeable, he sought help. He wanted to understand. He felt it was important for him to understand. He drove from the golf course to take me to the hair store to get the extensions I needed. Though my at-home situation was not ideal, I strongly believe I had just the support I needed to accomplish what it is that I set out to accomplish, which was to pursue college. I took a leap of faith, something far absent spoken of where I'm from. Jeremy and the Children's Guardian Fund has helped me during some of the most stressful times of my undergraduate years. The period between being a senior and trying to figure out and plan dental school, the cost of application fees, prep courses, and testing were astronomical. aside from other components that go into pursuing higher education within the health field. The fund was able to support my endeavors and to apply to dental school. Without the help of the community and generous donations made through the Children's Guardian Fund, the work of Jeremy could have been quite difficult. I would like to thank Jeremy Carter, and the Guardian Fund for believing in my dreams and aspirations, and very importantly, the donors. Believing that I was not a lost person, but one that just needed love and support. Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Rich Carpolanese, a woman born and raised in Manatee County, a woman who suffered from the hands of her own and saved by her community. I am now a senior at the University of Central Florida. Majoring in health science preclinical, pursuing a career in dentistry, currently debt-free and on the path to success.
I'm sure I got as much out of our relationship as she did, okay? And they say every challenge is a learning opportunity. Well, I'll tell you, I don't think there are many 70-year-old white guys who know where you can get hair extensions on a Sunday. But you're looking at one of them. Okay, and now for you to learn how you can help, I'd like to introduce our former board member and advisory board member and very good friend and supporter, Wendy Cox. Thank you.
Still trying to get the image out of my head of Jeremy shopping for hair extensions. That's great. Richikar and Isaac, thank you so much for sharing your stories here today. We really appreciate that. And it's great to see so many people here today. How many of you have been to this luncheon before? Raise your hands. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, thank you for returning. I admire your courage for facing up to the issues that kids in our community are facing. How many of you are here for the first time? Raise your hands. Ah, great. Wow. Thank you for accepting the invitation to join us. Now, for the new people, I might as well tell you why you're here. I know that the friend who invited you told you you were going to this very lovely luncheon to learn about the Children's Guardian Fund. But I'm here to tell you that this is actually an intervention, a financial intervention. Now, I know it's rather public, and like most interventions, it's a surprise to you. Most people don't even realize they need an intervention. But everyone can see that you do. This has been a long time coming. We can see that you are struggling under the weighty burden of all your money. You have what we call extra money syndrome. But it's a treatable condition. I know what you're thinking. Lady, you're the one who needs an intervention. A divine intervention or a military intervention if you're going to stand up here and tell me what to do with my money. Well, maybe so, but don't make this about me. This is about you. And we know that money is certainly a burden. It's a burden to earn it, it's a burden to spend it, to keep track of it, to lug it around in your purse or your wallet. Even finding a safe place to hide it from your spouse can feel like an insurmountable challenge. And if you have money, you have to pay taxes, you have to balance your checkbook, you have to do financial spreadsheets. There's just no end to how burdensome this is on a person. So we understand. And on behalf of the Board of Directors, we want to help you. We have a proven track record of success with this very condition. In previous years, we've helped hundreds of luncheon guests with this condition. Now, obviously, there's a problem with relapse because most of our guests from past years are here with us again. But I do have a success story. Our board chair, Tresa, hardly has any money left. And if you play your cards right, when you leave here, you could be like Tresa. And if that seems like too big of a goal, we can start small. Don't give us all of your money, just most of it. One of the best things about a financial intervention is there's only 3 steps. Number 1, pick up a pen. Number 2, fill out the response card on your table. And number 3, put it in the envelope. So let's get to it. Now, while you're busy looking for and filling out your response cards, we're going to have volunteers who will be walking around and picking up the response card when you're done with it. So go ahead with step 1 and pick up that pen. There are pens in the middle of your table, so grab them and pass them around. Everyone should have a response card inside their program. Go ahead and write on your card, put it in the envelope, and when you are ready, just hold it up and someone will come around and grab it from you. Oh, and today, we're also offering an express intervention, which is just 1 step. So just stuff all your cash or all of your credit cards into the envelope, and then we'll take it from there. And we do take credit cards. It feels like you're not even spending money when you use a credit card. And while you're busy doing this, I want to say a special thank you to those who have already made a donation. Now, first, I want to thank our luncheon sponsors. We have a lot of sponsors out there who have supported this event year after year. And as sponsors, they're also able to help you through this difficult time when you're writing your really big check. And thank you also to those who came here today, purchased a table and invited friends, and bought tickets for the luncheon. We really appreciate your generosity. Now, I can see that you're very busy at your tables, writing on your cards and putting things in the envelope. You are well on your way to graduating from our financial intervention program and becoming members of the I Gave All My Money to These People club. It's very exclusive. You're all invited to join. There's membership applications on the back table as you exit. So I'm going to tell you what your money is going to be used for. We give kids what they need when they most need it, customized to the child. We provide kids with funding for things like emergency supplies and clothing, a bed with bedding and a brand new pillow, a birthday gift, tutoring, music lessons, sports uniforms, summer camps, bicycles, swimming lessons, graduation expenses, education expenses, school field trip, fees, and driving lessons or a driver's permit or license like Isaac. And that's what we do. We respond to the individual needs of each child because every child has different needs. And we want every child in foster or state care to feel that somebody knows what they need and cares about them. And as Jeremy mentioned earlier in the program, while you're hearing from older kids here today, over 90% of all kids that we help are ages 12 and under. Babies, toddlers, and younger children, as well as older kids. And I just want to call out a couple of organizations and people who have really helped in our community. They've really stepped up and made a difference in the lives of kids in foster care. We have our Guardian Ad Litem program staff, some of whom are walking around here collecting the envelopes. They work for the state of Florida. If you're the Guardian Ad Litem program staff, stand or raise your hand, please, so we can acknowledge who you are. We also have case management staff. They work for the Safe Children Coalition. So when I call out your group, if you would stand or raise your hand. We have attorneys and advocates and judges and magistrates who oversee the court proceedings that these kids are involved in. We have foster parents and caregivers, including grandparents and family members, who invite these children to come and live in their homes. If you are one of those people, please raise your hand or stand. And, as mentioned earlier, we have Guardian Ad Litem volunteers who are trained to work with these kids and be friends with them and mentors to them while they go through the court proceedings. We have 582 Guardian Ad Litems in our judicial district. If you are or have ever been or would like to become a Guardian Ad Litem, please stand so we can recognize you. Every day, these people help the more than 1,500 kids who are in the foster care system in our judicial district. And also, I want to call out a couple local organizations who work with kids in foster care in our community. So stand if you are a staff member, a board member, or a supporter of one of these organizations. The Child Protection Center, the All-Star Children's Foundation. I know we have a couple people here. The Florida Center for Early Childhood. And Springboard. I know we have a couple people. Isaac actually lives in a Springboard property, and you saw that in the video. Thank you for what you're all doing in our community. And we have some very generous foundations in our community that help us with this work. The Manatee Community Foundation, the Community Foundation of Sarasota, the Charles and Marjorie Baranchik Foundation, the Doris Carter Family Foundation. Thank you very much for your support. It takes a village, and we have a great one. And of course, our own Children's Guardian Fund staff. We have just 2 staff members, Svetlana Kaminsky and Kristen Poolman. Would you please stand or raise your hand? Let us know who you are. There we go. Thank you. They do most of the work, and then we have a volunteer board that does quite a bit of work as well. So we make very good use of your funds. We've got low overhead. And finally, on behalf of everybody here today, I want to thank the Michaels on East serving staff, and the chef, and the dishwashers, and the maintenance crew, and the valet parkers, and everybody here who provided us with a wonderful meal. And now we're going to get to the exciting part. Oh, we got some last-minute purchases here going on. Oh, I think the time's up now. So as Teresa mentioned earlier, we've got some great raffle baskets. This is your time to find out if this is your winning day. So Kim McCulley, who's on our board and also chairs this great event, is going to help me with the raffle. And I think we have a few board of directors who are going to help us distribute the winning baskets. So we've got Matthew Zeppa, Barry Wells, and Cynthia Craig who are going to help us with the baskets. There's a lot of lottery tickets. I feel like there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure. Okay, which one should we draw first? The intellectual drinker basket?
Which one? The drink?
Intellectual drinker? Yeah. Okay, grab your lottery tickets. Are they lottery tickets? Yeah. Raffle tickets, that's what they are. Okay, first of all, we're going to raffle the intellectual drinker basket. In this basket, we've got wine and books and tickets. You're going to have a great time with this basket. Let's see who won. All right, I'm going to call out the number. It's a pink one. Okay. 170636. 170636. Okay, someone's got to win. Where have we got a winner? Oh, we have a winner in the back. The intellectual drinker basket goes to the man in the back row. Oh. Okay, now. Okay, here's the next one. Hair is a fad, chocolate is forever. A basket full of shampoo and chocolate, I guess. Okay. That would make an interesting evening at home. Okay, now I've got a green ticket. Okay. All right, here's the winning number. 691372. 691372. I try to get a job at a bingo parlor. All right. Very good. Yeah, she's going to go home, right home and wash her hair. Congratulations. All right, we got another one. The fun is not over yet. Okay, totally random. Okay, this is a night on the town. You don't have to stay home and wash your hair. You're going to have a night on the town. Tickets to various productions around town. It's a white ticket. The number is 610-844. 610-844. Oh, we got a winner. Table number 10. Okay, it's going to be totally random. Oh, this is for the diamond necklace. Oh. Well, they might be diamonds, I don't know. Okay. Here we go. See, the woman who has the night on the town should probably get the necklace, but you can go out on the town together. All right, ticket number, it's a pink one. 170236. 170236. Ah! Well, there's some excitement. All right. Well, they're pretty excited about that necklace back there. All right, so there we have it. That's the raffle. And one last thing before you depart today, you're going to want to mark your calendars for our luncheon for next year, which will be on Monday, November 9th. You can come back, and we'll have more of the same fun. And I want to thank you all for joining us here today and for all the ways that you're supporting the kids in our community. Have a great afternoon, knowing that your pocketbook is a little bit lighter and that your donations have changed the life of a child today. Thank you very much.